Alrighty, y'all. This is YCL Week 5. We are playing against Coach Tone and the Miami Malamarlins. Another post-com video. My mic seemed to be shit in the bed during the battle. Or maybe my settings were just off. I felt like I prepped pretty good for this week. I felt like I would have won this game. Spoiler, right? But RNGesus was against me. Can't do nothing. This one was a tough battle. You guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. His team that he brought, I didn't expect quite a few, or maybe I think it was one mon in particular that kind of upset me, or I didn't expect him to bring. My Terra this week was Garganackle. His potential Terra is, well, viable Terra was Volcarona. I expected him to bring a Grass versus my team. Covers Crook, Garg, Azu, and a few more mons, but the bottom left 6 are the 6 that I brought. So, yeah. Dude, these draft leagues where the Paradox mons are involved, they're so tough. It's like, I'm not gonna hold you, I've been having mid-tier, like, mid-round picks in terms of the order. Like, out of 14, I'm usually like 7, 8, 9. The Paradox mons are pretty much gone by then. I did draft Chiyu in the MPA, but that thing is like paper thin. So it's kind of tough to really get it to go off. Maybe I'm not using it properly, but in this league, I don't remember, but I don't think I have. I guess, or I have 5 out of the 6 right away. The only upset was the Clawitzer. I expected him to bring the Swalot because it was a super viable switch into Dragapult. Being that it resists the U-turn and then it's just a fat spit F wall. In terms of leads, I think for him, his best potential lead was, I'm gonna be honest, I thought Volcarona was a pretty good lead. Volcarona had so much coverage versus my team. And, you know, Dragapult does have the coverage. I'm running Expert Belt with 4 special attacking moves, I believe, or 3 with U-turn. But if he Terras, obviously he resists a Hydro Pump, and then he gets off the Quiver Dance, and then I just can't kill the thing. He could U-turn. I could U-turn, but he'd be faster at +1. It was kind of tough to sit there in front of that thing and want to take that damage. I don't think the U-turn would kill, being that I'm special attacking invested. There's a few things that tilted me this game that you're gonna see. This Azu was built to just hit freaking hard, bruh. Crocodile is Scarf Moxie. Hawk is fully defensive, momentum with Rocky Helmet, hoping to get some chip in. I lead Garg because Garg can deal with a lot of his leads, being the Goldengo, the Roaring Moon, the Volcarona even, potentially. I don't expect him to lead Claw, because then, you know, it's kind of scary for him to lead Claw and lose Claw in this situation, because Claw is really putting it in the pain versus my team with his coverage. Access to Sludge Bomb, the water moves, the ice moves, the fighting move, you know, Aura Spear, Water Pulse, Ice Beam. This thing hurts with the Mega Launcher. So he leads Archfiend, which is the Roaring Moon. This is actually ideal for me in this matchup because he should be a physically attacking mon, or I'd say 99.99% of the time. The hardest hitting move he could touch me with is probably Earthquake. And I actually was hoping for this lead, got this lead. I am Terra Flying to dodge the Earthquake, and I am actually running Curse. As well as buffing my body press because of the +1 in defense, I'm actually getting the +1 in attack as well. So my Terra Blast, because his team was pretty weak to flying, it's pretty good versus his team. I think he only had like 1 resist, which is the Dengo, or 1 inherent resist. If he DDs, he DDs, but I hit the Terra Flying just to dodge the Earthquake because I'd rather stay at full. But he does DD, which is fine by me, because his Earthquake is going to do nothing. I'm going to Curse. So, me getting off this Curse... Oh, I didn't Curse, I Body Press, whoops. So I get this Body Press and it does +50, or more than 50%. I'm like, I just click it again. Crunch should be fine. I live, but he gets his defense drop, which is really detrimental because now he lives his Body Press. Oh, what a sad turn of events. This Roaring Moon was supposed to be gone. already. Now with the defense drop, I'm 100% not living another one, and I'm forced to make a play where I have to go into my defense wall. Maybe a bit of a vendor to curse. I think I said curse because in hindsight I said I should have cursed, but it is what it is. I go into this because I'm Rocky Helmet and it should die to this Rocky Helmet chip after the crunch, but obviously we don't resist, so at +1 this thing is still gonna hurt. Hawk's gonna go to sub 50, about 45%, which is pretty like awful. 2 out of my 3 walls, or like tanks basically, are sub 50. It's never a good situation to be in, but I mean, at least he loses his Roaring Moon, I guess. In this situation, I don't see why he wouldn't go into something like Volcarona. Yeah, he goes into the Volk. I think I just opt to Brave Bird here because I don't want to switch into Fiery Dance and anything else. And he does. I could have probably switched Azu, but that gives him the opportunity just to Terra Quiver. He has +1, which is freaking tough, bro. I think in the end we never find out what the item this is, but we always just go into Muck right here. Muck's my dedicated switch into this thing at all times. He could go into Goldango to block the poison attack, because if he's Terra Grass here, he's dying. So it does seem more advantageous for him to switch. I think I just opt for the Toxic just in case he goes into anything else anyway. I have the Fire Punch for the Goldango switch. I don't know why I never considered the Great Tusk coming in front of me, but I didn't really care because I would Toxic it. Yeah. Yeah, he goes Great Tusk here, and landing Toxic on this thing is pretty clutch. Bullet Poison we hit 100% of the time. Making sure it's Toxic is pretty clutch. We want this thing to be as low as possible because it is bulky as heck, and any chip matters in this situation. Right here, I'm debating whether he rocks or Earthquakes. It's kind of tough. You know, in this situation, it's kind of scary because the Garganacle's so low already, he could hit a rock move and I could just die. It depends how bad he wants Muck dead. I really think I need the Muck in this scenario. The Muck really helps me deal with Gardevoir, and basically blocks 4 of his special attacking mons, which is Dengo, Volcarona, Gardevoir, and Clawitzer. So in the end, I decided it's worth more to keep the Muck alive than it is to keep Garg alive. There's nothing else I can really switch in here. If I had Corv, I would have switched into Corv all day, but I don't. It's always a free U-turn after. And this all leads back to the turn 1 RNG where I got defense dropped and this thing lived, and I had to switch it in to a crunch. Go Garg, expecting the EQ. Hopefully he goes EQ. He does. For me, there's 2 options here. I can probably curse or recover. I think it's always ideal for me to recover, but I actually don't remember what I do here. You're gonna see leftovers proc for him, and then me Toxic Chip T2. It's so little. This thing is so much health. I can't remember what I do, to be honest. I might just Terra Blast because I want the chip. Because later on, Azu can pretty much clean. Yeah, I go for the Terra, and right here he goes Dengo. Eldorado is definitely Dengo. Yep. He's gonna see that we rock him the Terra Blast instead. Now he knows 2 of our moves. Gonna do nothing. I was pretty surprised he switched out. I would have thought he would have liked to get his rocks up. He was leftover, so he could just click a different move. Right here, we're always just gonna go Mug. Clicks T-Wave. He lands the T-Wave, which is okay. Muck slow as shit anyway. Not the end of the world. In this situation, I'm not sure if I wanted to stay in or not. If he had clicked Shadow Ball, obviously Purifying Soul halves it. But it was just, I think, worth more to just stay in or potentially swap to Crook. Yep. And this is a tragic moment for me. The cook comes in, he's Scarf. And we're Intimidate, bro. Oh, I gened it wrong. So we eat the freaking Shadow Ball. This is always just a free EQ. We're gonna hit EQ, I think. He goes back into his Tusk. Oh, he hit Stealth Rocks. He is switching a lot, so I felt like at that time Rocks would be pretty worthy. We definitely have to switch here. We have to decide though if we want to go into Pult or Garganackle. I go into Pult because I'm like, alright, I'm blocking Rapid Spin and the fighting move here. And he just opts for his own Stealth Rocks. Again, not the end of the world. He's really playing well around this Toxic, I do have to say that. He's taking four turns in total, and he's only taking about like, what, 15% maybe? He switches, he's not even taking the risk. He goes into Tone, which is this thing. And this is where we see how much of a problem this thing can be. We Hydro Pump, we land. This shit did nothing. I assumed he's a Assault Vest. I'm pretty sure I ran the calc and see that he's a Assault Vest. I pretty much can U-turn here. The Dragon Darts doesn't kill, which is pretty unfortunate. I don't think I want to risk anything right away. I think I just go back into Muck just in case. I probably should have U-turned. You know, the damage was actually so minimal that it was a little tough calculating the Assault Vest or not, because it could have been a roll, and being that it's so small percentages, you don't know. So he hits Dark Pulse, it does almost nothing. I'm healed on the Black Sludge. I think it was just a safer play. He switches, we Fire Punch expecting Dengo. You know, either way, I wasn't hitting Tusk that easily. And the thing is, I couldn't move. So, you know, the first turn I attacked, I got full powered, which is tough. So that turn, he landed the T-Wave, I switched, and now I finally click an attack later, and I get full parrot, which is tough. You know, every bit of chip versus this thing counts. You know, now we're back in the situation where we have to make the potential read. What does he want to do? Does he want to click the EQ? Does he want to Rapid Spin? You know, does he expect the Crook with Intimidate and go for the CC? You know, this thing has good coverage for my team right now because Corv is gone. I don't have a safe switch in anymore, and it comes down to who makes the right read. Realistically, hits like a truck. We send out Solid, which pretty much sucks because now we take 25% to Rocks, and he hits knockoffs. I think he's free to Rapid Spin here and get rid of his own Rocks, or the Rocks on his side, my Rocks. In this situation, I think I just recover just in case he doesn't kill me. You know, if he stays in, the Toxic's whittling him. If he Rapid Spins, I don't remember if I live or not. Yeah, he Rapid Spins, and I get the recover off, which is pretty clutch. In hindsight, you know, if I had Salt Cure, it would have been pretty nice. I never learned what item the Goldango is either. So I think was free, like probably like Covert Cloak or something. Trying to figure out what the heck I want to do, to be honest. He already rapid spins, so it's kind of tough. Every melee I make, I'm taking like, you know, 6 to 25% on the rock chip now, which is really tough. I don't expect the fighting move. So he doubles to El Dorado, and I catch the switch. Well, he doesn't double. I make a double, technically. Actually, nah. Technically, it's not even double on my behalf because I clicked recover anyway. I expected a switch, and I go into this thing. This is a free EQ. Get off the Intimidate. He could Focus Blast. I believe this thing gets Focus Blast. I EQ no matter what. He sent out his Gardevoir here. So I'm at -1 because now Trace is gonna trace my Intimidate. You know, in the end, this really hurt me. Because right here, you know, like, I literally would have never been negged. And because I wasn't Intimidate. And I basically would have been +1. So now I'm -1 right now when I should have been +1 because of Moxie. In that situation, literally the only thing he can go into is Volcarona and Terra, but he's still taking a decent chunk, or go into his Great Tusk, in which turn I just switch anyway into my Garganackle because I'm back to near full HP. I'm -1, bro. +1, I would have killed this thing. He would have never been able to bring this thing in for free in front of me like this. So frustrating, you know? But I have to go back into Muck here. It's okay though, the Clawitzer is getting willed. So he hits Water Pulse and I get confused. Alright, so he got the confused, nice. Lands T-Wave, first turn Para. Now he Water Pulses and I get confused. I'm slower than this thing, but I'll take any chip to put my EQ, put it in EQ range, I believe. I think I go for Toxic because I know I'm living one more. But I think it doesn't work in my favor. So he hits Dark Pulse, hoping for a flinch probably, because he knows the Water Pulse isn't killing. Doesn't get it, I get confused. Tough, so tough. The Toxic on this thing would have been huge because it is annoying, it's Assault Vested. I opt for Shadow Sneak now just to get any chip in. It should do like 15%, I think. And I just get confused again. I killed myself to confusion, man. So for 3 turns in a row, Muck didn't get to click a move. It's pretty frustrating. Really frustrating to deal with. I'm Bandit Azu again, not the end of the world. That this thing will be able to hit me once. When I ran the calc, I live a Sludge Bomb, and I can take rocks twice. So I take rocks, should take a Sludge Bomb, and then get off 1 hit, and then if he Sludge Bombs again, you know, maybe I could switch into like Garg or something, because Garg isn't, you know, the craziest thing to save right now. But Liquidation is always the mid-ground here, because Play Rough always kills here. And I didn't think he'd want to save, but he hit Sludge Bomb, which is okay. I should be able to come back in and rock still, but then I get poisoned, dog. He gets the poison, the Liquidation hits. He's down to like 25%. But after that poison chip, I'm not able to switch back into rocks. And I'm banded. I can't hit Aqua Jet because I'm locked in. You know, like, I really wanted to just get this chip off and be able to switch. But, you know, it didn't let me. Because I wanted to switch into Crook here. Because Crook resists the poison move. But I didn't get the chance, I got poisoned. Which sucks. You know, this was another opportunity to just come into Crook and hit EQ because Dengo, Volcarona, nor Clawitzer are holding it, and he basically has to grow into Great Tusk here. Landing the freaking EQ on Tusk twice does like, I think like 60% almost. And I believe after one EQ and then the Toxic Chip and another EQ, it would have been enough to kill. I would have been a Moxie, I would have got a Moxie boost again. So yeah, that Sludge Bomb denied me the opportunity to switch back in Azu or go for the play I was hoping for. Because I would have died to rocks from the extra chip now. I'm basically in a situation where I have to, I think, go into Crook, or, you know, if he goes into Pulp, there's so many just things, he could just go into Dengo right after, and I never want to give Dengo the free switch. Because now whatchamacallit, what's the steel move? I forget. The Make It Rain is free. So he switches, we hit EQ. Gate. Yeah, so EQ comes down. Toxic Chip. I think I have to hit EQ again. I can't remember what I do, honestly. I think it's a roll at this point. But if he stays in and he doesn't die, yeah, he got the roll. But he knocked off. So now I'm slower than almost most of the team now. Actually, no, I'm faster than Dengo, but not Volcarona if he gets off a Quiver Dance with a Grass Terra. So yeah, he knocks off. Right here, we just EQ again. Again, a little bit of Moxie boost, friends. I had played to preserve Dragapult so that if he was Terra Grass Volcarona, I could just U-turn on it after getting one EQ chip and then Bandit Aqua Jet chip. But did not work out. You know, like, so right now we're tied 3-3, and I'm gonna hit EQ and still faster. But this thing barely lives, and if I was +1, brother, we would have died. It is what it is, guys. It's part of the game. You know, I'd blame myself more so for genning the wrong Crook. I don't know why I just didn't go Dragapult here. I don't think I was aware of the time realistically, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't go into Dragapult. But I actually would have won the game had I just been Moxie. I should have just hit Terra Blast. If I had actually hit Terra Blast, then he probably would have died. Or if I even hit Body Press, he would have died. And I think I would have won. Because my Dragapult's full. And compared to Garganacl, Dango is low, and then Dragapult's full and Volcarona's full, so they match. I would have basically won. So I did have many opportunities to win the game, even though I missed Gen and bad RNG. I just didn't, I was kind of like tilted by the way the game played out, which is also my own fault, but it is what it is, guys, you know. Part of the game. GG's to Coach Tone and the Miami Malamarlins. It's going to bring us 3-2 and he's going to be 4-1. It was a game that was winnable, so I do look forward to playing him again. If you guys did enjoy the battle, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. This is Kiwi and Team Tempest out. Peace.